Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be reloading 40 Smith & Wesson on the Lee Pro 1000. Components for today's loading session are CCI small pistol primers, number 500, Hodgdon HP-38. This happens to be my favorite powder for pistol rounds. And we are also going to be using Hitek coated 150 grain bullets. Slide the primer tray out of the back of the press, press down on that little tab, twist, and pull the tray top right off. Okay, now we are going to slide that primer tray open, dump it into the tray, I'm going to be careful with that, don't want to spill primers everywhere. Now, not all of these primers are upright, so we're going to just shake that. Alrighty, now you can see all the primers are upright where they're supposed to be. We're going to put our lid right back on. And twist that over. Okay, now what I like to do to make sure that we don't get primers going everywhere is I like to get a pipe cleaner and put it right in that little slot, fold it over. Now you can't get primers to fall out. So we're going to insert that into the primer tray in the back of the press. This is our primer tray. We have our holder here full of primers. Going to insert that and then pull out the little guy here, give it a little tap. Okay, it's got a nice little tap in there. We can clearly see that we are full of primers down to the priming pin. Okay, we're going to add our brass into the case feeder, which we have the case collator up there. All you're going to do is dump some brass up there, shake it a little bit, do that until all of the tubes are nice and full, and we are ready to load. Now this press also has the Pro auto disc mounted onto it. I have already preset the powder charge of HP-38 for this loading session. I know what my weight grain is there, so we'll be alright. Now you just twist the case feeder to the right slot and you can get to loading. Now that everything is loaded up, we have powder, primers, brass, and our bullets sitting right beside us. We're going to put one piece of brass in just to show you how it works. Okay, put it into the shell plate. Now we're going to lower the handle. That piece of brass has just been full length resized and deprimed. Okay, now when we raise the handle, the shell plate is going to auto index, meaning it spins to the next station. Now, we're going to put a little force on that handle, and we're going to prime that piece of brass. Now on the upstroke, we're going to add powder to that piece of brass. So we notice that the auto disc comes forward, and now, as we bring the handle back up, the case moves to the next station. Now that it's here, we inspect that we have powder, which I can clearly see that there's powder in there. We add our 150 grain Hitek coated bullet to that piece of brass, and we raise the ram one more time, and now we have a completed round. The only thing that this round does not have is a factory crimp. I typically do that on a single stage press, which I have right beside me here, being that this is a 3-stage press. Alright, so let's get to loading. I'm going to pull the handle. It's going to add a piece of brass, and when we raise the ram, it's going to be full length, resized, and deprimed. Now we're going to add a new case, and that first piece of brass is going to get primed with a light amount of pressure there. Now as we pull the handle again, it is going to get powder, and that second piece of brass is going to be resized and deprimed. Then do that one more time. So now we have a piece of brass at every station on the press. This brass has gotten nothing done to it yet. This piece of brass over here has been primed, is getting ready to get powder, and this piece of brass has been primed, resized, and it has now powder, so we just add our bullet onto there, pull the handle again, and out comes a completed round. This press is a great press. It is fairly fast. I really like it. As you can see, our cartridge bin is getting pretty full there because we have been loading for a few minutes here. Let's just finish these rounds off. I can show you what we're working with. So now that we are empty there with brass, I can show you we have a bunch of completed rounds. Looks like gold, doesn't it? These are those 150 grain Hitek coated bullets that I get from Redeye Reloading. Now, the only thing that we haven't done to these bullets is crimped them. Now, I prefer to crimp my pistol rounds and my rifle rounds. Some people do it, some people don't. So I'm going to move over to my single stage press here and crimp some of these rounds up and get them ready to shoot. So now that we have a bunch of completed rounds here to work with, we're going to crimp those rounds in. So we are going to read our Lee instructions, which say to screw the factory crimp die in until it touches the shell holder, and we're going to tighten down that lock ring. No need to go crazy on that. Make sure our crimp screw is backed out. Now we are going to grab one of our completed rounds, which I have put the correct seating depth on them that I like for my firearm. I'm going to run that up, screw the little screw down here until it touches the shell. We're going to bring that shell out and screw it in as much as we want to. I like a pretty sufficient crimp. So crimp that down. That's not quite enough. You'll know when you get to the point where you like it. And that looks pretty good to me. So that is a good completed round. In conclusion, the Lee Pro 1000 is a progressive reloading press that excels in reloading pistol rounds. This press is very reasonably priced, and I hope that you'll get the chance to load on one. Got all these rounds crimped and ready to go. I will leave in the description a list of all the products I used in this video, especially the bullets that I used, because I really encourage you guys to get in touch with Nick and get some of those bullets. They really are the best bullets that I've used so far. Leave a comment under the video and please subscribe. Thanks guys. Have a good one.